Well, this may be a shock to a lot of fans. WNBA star Brittney Griner is now telling a Russian court she's guilty of drug offenses, but that she didn't have any intent of breaking the law. She's been in a Russian jail since her arrest in February at a Moscow airport. Authorities say that she had vape cartridges containing cannabis oil. Griner's lawyers say she wanted to take, quote, full responsibility for her actions. She could face up to 10 years in prison. The WNBA Players Association releasing a statement of support for Griner and others detained in Russia, saying the Biden administration needs to know that this powerful collective is behind them and supports whatever needs to get done to get Griner, Paul Whelan, and other detained U.S. nationals home right away. And, of course, we've been following a number of stories with a similar storyline. An American seeing the inside of a Russian jail is not a new concept. Joining us right now, Jonathan Franks, spokesperson for Trevor Reed, the American just recently released from Russia in a prisoner swap. Thank you so much for joining us with your perspective. Would it appear that Griner pleading guilty is strategic?
Well, good morning, Adrienne, and thanks for having me. And yes, is the answer. And I think there are numerous reasons that a person might plead guilty strategically, even if they're not actually guilty. So I think what we're seeing here may very well be that.
How would negotiations work, though? She pleads guilty. She's facing this, what appears to be completely unfair, ridiculous sentence, considering what the crime is. What do they do? I mean, what does Russia typically do in a case like this in terms of discussing the options?
I don't know how much discussing the options the Russians do. I think she'll be sentenced to a lengthy prison term. The question is sort of, whether that's just a show prison term, because this is all a fairy tale. It's a perverse play that she's an involuntary player. And so now that she's pled guilty, I think one of the strategic reasons for pleading guilty is to end the proceeding early. And Russian courts have a 99% conviction rate. So she was going to be found guilty anyway. So in a sense, she didn't have a whole lot to lose by pleading guilty, especially in a country where you generally, although not necessarily true if you're American, get a lighter sentence if you plead guilty.
But based on your relationship with Trevor Reed, who was also accused of doing something, and again, America thought that it was a false charge of endangering the life and health of Russian police officers, right? What do you think it takes to get her back home?
I think it's going to take a prisoner swap, and I think it's going to take decisive action by President Biden. And remember, she's not the only wrongly detained American that's in Russia, right? Paul Whelan has been there 10, 11, 12 times longer than her. So it's not only about getting Brittney Griner back. It's about getting Paul Whelan back, too. Brittney Griner isn't coming home without Paul Whelan.
Wow. In terms of just kind of making this real for viewers, what kinds of things would Brittney Griner be experiencing? I think that because she's a celebrity, because she's the most famous WNBA player right now, one of the most talented in years, psychologically, physically, what could she be going through?
It's not fun being in Russian prison. While I think the women's prisons are probably a little bit better than the men's, it's not appreciably, right? She's not eating properly. Prison, even the best managed prison, is chaotic. It's loud. It is very difficult to sort of relax at any point, right? Prison is not fun, especially in Russia. And, when she goes to court and they parade her in front of the cameras, which I think is particularly outrageous, I mean, that just adds to the psychological stress of the experience. So, not wanting to be transported to court a whole bunch more times, not wanting this whole, charade to last several months may very well have factored into her thinking.
Yeah, Jonathan Franks, thank you for joining us. We really do appreciate it. And I think this is getting really real for Griner, her wife, and everyone connected with her. Thank you so much.
Amen.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.